Welcome, dear friends. Life after 70 is truly a gift, something that not everyone gets to experience. There's a saying that at 70, life itself is already rare and precious, because in the past, reaching that age was considered a blessing few could achieve. Today, many of us may live longer thanks to modern medicine and better living conditions. But the truth is not everyone who reaches 70 can enjoy those years in comfort. Some people find themselves weak, dependent, or even stripped of their independence. That is why the period from 70 to 75 is seen as a milestone, a turning point. If you can make it through these years in good health, you are very likely to live peacefully and even stretch your life into your 80s with dignity. And more importantly, if you are between 70 and 75 and can still do the following 8 things, you are truly admirable. Number 1. Having a healthy, self-reliant body. This is the foundation of everything. Health at this age is not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about being able to take care of yourself without depending on others. If you can still hold a bowl in your hands, prepare your own food, walk to the market, or do a bit of cooking and cleaning, that is a blessing many people wish they still had. Imagine how valuable it is to wake up in the morning, make yourself a simple breakfast, or even go out for a short walk without someone having to hold your arm. That ability to move, to function, to eat and wash and dress by yourself, that is dignity. Too often, when health is lost, independence is lost too. It's not only uncomfortable for the person, but it can create a heavy burden for children and family. No parent wants to feel like a weight on their children's shoulders. When you stay healthy and self-reliant, you give your loved ones peace of mind and yourself a sense of worth. Even small actions like tidying up the house, watering plants, or preparing a meal keep your body active and your spirit engaged. And there's another benefit. When you remain physically capable, you can also contribute a little help to your children or grandchildren. Maybe you pick up your grandchild from school or prepare a meal for the family. These acts don't just keep you moving. They remind you that you still have value, that you can still bring joy and support to others. At 70, being able to say, I can take care of myself is already a great victory, and it deserves respect. Number 2. Having your spouse still with you. There is something deeply touching about growing old with the same partner who walked through life storms with you. After decades together, you know each other's habits, moods, and little quirks. Even if your spouse can't do much anymore, even if they are weak, their very presence gives you strength. Life feels less lonely when the person who has shared your joys and sorrows is still sitting across the table from you. Think about it. Every meal you prepare, every errand you run, every story you tell, it all feels more meaningful when you can turn to your lifelong partner and share it. This bond is not just about romance anymore. It's about companionship, stability, and the comfort of knowing someone truly understands you. Many people remarry after losing a partner, but it's never quite the same as spending old age with the original companion who was there from the beginning. There are countless couples who have weathered quarrels, disappointments, financial struggles, and yet, decades later, they are still together. They may not have a perfect marriage, but they have an unshakable bond. This kind of togetherness gives life meaning in old age. It's not about whether your partner is strong enough to help you. It's about knowing they are still here, sitting in the same room, giving you the motivation to keep going. At 70, having a lifelong spouse by your side is a gift, one that many people unfortunately no longer have. And if you are among the lucky ones, it is something truly admirable. Number 3. Having a clear and sharp mind. At this stage of life, the mind can either be our greatest ally or our greatest weakness. A sharp mind keeps us safe, aware, and in control of our lives. A confused or clouded mind, on the other hand, makes us vulnerable. Sadly, many older people fall prey to scams, buying into shady financial products or useless supplements, all because they cannot see clearly. Sometimes, without realizing it, they end up wasting the savings of a lifetime or creating unnecessary conflict within the family. But if, at 70, you can still think clearly, recognize risks, and respond wisely, you are ahead of the game. You can look at situations with calm judgment, understand consequences, and avoid falling into traps. You know when someone is trying to take advantage, and you can protect not just yourself, but also your family. A clear mind also means you don't get swept away by old superstitions or misleading ideas. Instead, you see reality for what it is, and you live in truth. Even if you pretend to be forgetful sometimes, maybe as a way to keep life lighthearted, you must never allow your mind to truly become dull. Remaining mentally sharp is what allows you to keep your dignity, to continue making decisions, and to pass on wisdom to your children and grandchildren. It's not just about avoiding mistakes. It's about maintaining the clarity that lets you enjoy conversations, learn new things, and stay connected with the world. Number 4. Having stable finances. Money is not everything, but in old age, it can determine whether you live with comfort or constant anxiety. To have a pension, some savings, and ideally your own home means you can walk through these years with peace of mind. It means you don't have to constantly reach out your hand to your children for help. Yes, children should support their parents, but no parent feels happy having to ask for money again and again. If you have your own income, you free both yourself and your children from stress. They may already be struggling with debts, jobs, or raising their own families. If they must also provide for you month after month, it can strain relationships and even breed resentment. But when you can manage your finances, when you know how to budget your pension and savings, you avoid becoming a source of tension. And having stable finances gives you freedom. You don't have to live in someone else's house if you don't want to. You don't have to see disapproving faces or feel like a burden. You can decide how you want to spend your time, what you want to eat, where you want to go. Even small expenses, paying for utilities, buying your favorite foods, maybe treating yourself to a little trip, become possible when you are financially stable. It's not about being rich. It's about being independent. Having enough to live decently, without fear that tomorrow you'll run out. This independence protects your dignity and allows your family to remain harmonious. Fewer arguments, less pressure, more peace. Number 5. Communicate smoothly with children. One of the greatest challenges for older adults is keeping harmony with their children. Many seniors fall into the habit of talking only about the past, repeating old stories, or insisting that their way of thinking is always right. This often creates distance. Younger generations may feel that conversations are outdated, even suffocating. And when parents become stubborn, refusing to listen, refusing to compromise, it drives children further away. But if at 70 you can communicate smoothly with your children, you are truly admirable. Smooth communication doesn't mean you always agree, but it means you know how to listen. It means you can express your thoughts with warmth and understanding instead of constant criticism. When you can provide emotional comfort, when you can encourage instead of scold, you become a source of strength to your children. Think about it. Children are grown now. They have their own families and their own struggles. If every time they visit you, they only hear complaints or harsh words, they will not want to stay long. But if they feel understood, if you offer empathy, they will keep coming back. They will see you as a safe place, not a source of pressure. At this age, your words matter deeply. They can either push family away or bring them closer. To be a parent who still knows how to speak gently, who still knows how to connect across generations, is an admirable achievement. Number 6. Eager to learn and adapt. The world doesn't stop changing just because we grow old. Technology, communication, daily life, it all moves forward. Many older people feel left behind because they refuse to learn. They get lost when traveling. They don't know how to use phones for information. They can't pay bills without help. This leads to frustration and dependence. But if at 70 you still have the eagerness to learn, then life becomes much easier. You don't need to master everything, but learning the basics, like how to search for information, how to pay for electricity or gas on a phone, or how to find directions, already brings freedom. It shows that you are not stuck in the past, that you are still growing, still curious. Imagine being able to handle daily life without constantly relying on others. You can travel to visit a friend without fear of getting lost. You can check your bank account. You can send a message to your grandchildren. These small skills create a bridge to modern society. They help you stay connected rather than isolated. And beyond technology, eagerness to learn also keeps your mind alive. Read, explore, stay curious. Don't spend hours only watching meaningless gossip videos or spreading rumors. Instead, use your energy to seek knowledge that enriches your life. When an older person is still learning, adapting, and engaging with the world, they shine. It proves that life at 70 is not an ending, but a continuation. Number 7. Having personal hobbies. When we reach old age, the days can feel long. The body may not allow strenuous activities anymore, but the heart still needs joy. Without hobbies, life quickly becomes dull. And a person without hobbies often falls into boredom, irritability, or loneliness. But if you still have personal hobbies, life remains colorful. It doesn't matter what they are. Maybe you enjoy painting, singing, gardening, fishing, or even just reading a good book. The point is not whether the hobby is impressive, but whether it brings you joy. A hobby keeps your spirit active, gives you something to look forward to each day. And hobbies are also a way to connect with others. When you play chess, join a singing group, or paint with friends, you create bonds. People are drawn to those who have passions because they radiate energy. Even something simple like tending to plants or knitting give you a sense of purpose. In old age, personal hobbies are more than entertainment. They are a lifeline. They keep you engaged, they protect your mental health, and they remind you that every day still has meaning. If at 70 you have hobbies that brighten your days, you are living with the richness of spirit. Number 8. Having a broad and tolerant heart. Perhaps the most admirable trait of all is the ability to live with tolerance. Old age can make some people narrow-minded, quick-tempered, and difficult. Small things upset them. Envy rises when others succeed. Bitterness creeps in when life feels unfair. But a person with a broad heart chooses differently. They accept imperfection in others. They do not compare themselves constantly. And they do not let jealousy poison their spirit. They don't complain endlessly about money, health, or the future. Instead, they live with gratitude. They recognize that life has given them enough, and they focus on what is still good. A broad heart makes old age peaceful. It allows you to give kindness, to forgive, and to let go of unnecessary anger. It makes you easier to live with, more pleasant to be around. And this not only improves your own life, it improves the lives of everyone around you. At 70, to be tolerant, patient, and gentle is a true strength. So let us remember, true admiration at 70 is not about riches or power. It is about being able to stand on your own feet, about cherishing the partner who has walked life's path with you, about keeping a clear mind and secure finances. It is about speaking with love to your children, keeping curiosity alive, nurturing hobbies that bring joy, and above all, living with a broad and tolerant heart. 70 is not too old, but it is not young either. It is the time to manage your remaining years wisely, to spread positive emotions in your family, to give kindness to those around you, and to enjoy companionship and peace. That is how life in old age becomes beautiful. If you are 70 to 75 and can still do these 8 things, you are not just surviving, you are living admirably. And for that, you deserve deep respect.